Many biology students get this question wrong, even in exams. The question is simple. Which of these organelles contain genetic material? Nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplasts, or ribosomes? We have 4 options over here. It could be just nucleus. It could be mitochondria and nucleus. It could be chloroplasts, mitochondria and nucleus, or it could be ribosomes, chloroplasts, mitochondria and nucleus. Think about it for a few seconds and I'll give you the full answer. If you have the answer, comment it down below. First, let's move on to some theory related to the question. So, what's genetic material? Genetic material is information stored in the form of DNA or RNA that can be copied and passed on to make new proteins and control cell functions. The key here is it is heritable. In biology, the term heritable means it can be passed to the next generation of cells or organisms. Next, what are the main places you find genetic material? Let's forget about virus and bacteria for this section. In a typical eukaryotic cell, you will find DNA in 3 places: the nucleus, mitochondria, and chloroplast. Now, nucleus is a main store of genetic information. Mitochondria, which is a powerhouse, and chloroplasts, which are the places where photosynthesis happens, they also have their own small circular DNA. The DNA is inherited and used to make proteins essential for each organelle's function. Now, here is a little fun fact. Generally, in a cell, nucleus is a main store of genetic information. But why do mitochondria and chloroplasts have DNA then? The reason mitochondria and chloroplasts even have their own DNA goes back to a fascinating theory called endosymbiosis. The idea that these organelles were once free living bacteria. They were adapted by ancient cells and became permanent residents inside of them. Now, I'm going to tell you that amazing story, the discovery that changed how we understand the evolution of life on Earth, in my upcoming video. So subscribe so you don't miss it and stay tuned. DNA is not the only chemical which is considered as genetic material. RNA is also considered as genetic material as it is the only way viruses reproduce. Now, here is a twist. Ribosomes are the trick in our question because they contain RNA, specifically ribosomal RNA. But this isn't considered genetic material. Why? If viruses contain RNA and it is considered as genetic material, why not the RNA in the ribosomes? The reason is it's not heritable. Ribosomal RNA does not store instructions for the whole organism. It's just part of the ribosome's structure and function in protein synthesis. So you can think of it like the ink inside a pen. It's important for writing, but it does not store the story itself, does it? So, let's go back to our question. What must be the correct answer? As we understood, nucleus, mitochondria, and chloroplasts, they all have genetic material. Ribosomes, on the other hand, even though they have rRNA, they are not considered as genetic material. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Did you get it right? Let me know in the comment section. And remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the upcoming video about endosymbiosis. Trust me, it's one of the coolest biological science stories you will ever hear. Thank you and see you in the next video.